Welcome back, everybody. It's Rick and
Vic.
That's right, we're back again. Hey, today we're just going to kind of take it easy today. I got a trail cam that I want to set up on the other side of our property, so we're going to take a little walk through the woods, set up that trail cam, and if you don't know how to set one up, I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you do, well, then leave a comment and tell me if I'm doing it right, or if you have any opinions on where I'm going to put it, because I haven't put one there on this part of the property yet. Haven't even hunted over here yet, so this is all brand new. So stay tuned. We're going to take a walk through the woods. All right, baby. Here we go. Good thing is the leaves and everything's wet, so we can walk through here and hopefully we'll see some wildlife. Hold on this for a second. That's better. Look at this little guy. I don't know what that is. What kind of mushroom? Like that right there. Pretty cool little mushroom looking deal. Probably extremely toxic, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Although I like eating mushrooms, I'm very leery about the ones I find out in the woods. That's why I wanted to do this now before the bugs get up here and get thick in the afternoon when it gets hot. Over there. Well, do you not want to go that far?
I just keep on feeling like my guns will fall out of my pocket. I can't go off.
Look at it. No. You're good, baby. Do you not want to go that far, though?
Try.
Because we can just go back up here.
Remember, I haven't been out in the wilderness. It's hot back here. And I haven't exercised for a while.
Well, honey, it's good for you.
Just take it in strides here.
All right.
So glad I brought a water.
Just walk straight across here. Don't go uphill anymore. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but deer trails everywhere. One coming right through here. We got some big deer back here. And there's a lot of them. And there's a really big trail. Almost looks like an ATV trail right there. That's us, baby. That's us. There's some more of them right there. And I got to stand right up there on that hill. You can almost see it through the trees. Straight right there, maybe. I can see it. I don't know if the camera will see it, but that's kind of where all these trails intersect. It's right on top of a hill, and it's a pretty nice spot to sit. We won't talk about what happened last year deer season, but hopefully this year is going to be a lot better. Got this big draw right here.
Whoa.
You all right, babe?
Yeah.
You sure you're up for this?
Caught my foot, yeah.
You need a walking stick.
I do need a walking.
Hold that right there. Let me go get you one.
I'm thinking about the snakes.
Oh, don't worry about the snakes. I'm looking out for those.
Okay, well,
I'll get you a walking stick.
a lot of logs here. These hills are no joke. Yeah, this is our property, everybody. This whole ridge, and then on the other side, in that valley, there's a road that is over on that other side that goes to our neighbor's property, and that's about all that's over here. But I'm hearing something up over here, more than likely squirrels. And I'm waiting for my walking stick. Just so everybody knows, I have
There you go, dear.
some major health issues that cause me a lot of pain, and this walking stick will help out a great deal.
All right, baby. You ready?
Yeah.
Give me that water, baby.
Something's moving.
Huh?
It's moving on the right side here.
Well, if you're wondering why I'm carrying a AR with me, is because we do have bears back here, and there is a very large male bear that lives back here, for sure. And from what some of the people that live in this area say, that there is a mama and some cubs that stays in this area too. So being that it is mid-June, or actually July 1st now, I'd say those cubs are pretty well on their way. So, you know, you definitely don't want to run into a bear back here. So, you know, basically anymore, you know, I come back in the woods, I carry a firearm with me. You know, I live in Tennessee, and as you can see, we're back in the woods, and there could be anything back here, you don't know. So if me carrying this firearm bothers you, well, I'm sorry. You have to go to another channel, I guess. Nice little deer rub right here. You can see right there. Oh yeah, we got lots of squirrels back here. Lots of squirrels. Yeah, baby. It comes up flat right here. That's the worst angle that you got right there. I got you, babe. Once we get right up here, it's all flat. But this is good because, you know, you see where all the water comes down and drains from the rain. Creates a nice little draw right there. And you'd be surprised how much rain, or how little rain it takes to fill that thing up, because it gets running pretty good when it's raining. And what's funny is I've seen more snakes around our house than I've seen out here in the woods.
Well, don't jinx us. I'm not ready for that yet.
I don't believe in jinxes, honey.
Say it out loud.
And I had my stand, or my blind, You can see last year I cut a couple of things down over here to make some shooting lanes, but I had some deer come down on me the first day, opening day, and I screwed up and the back flat behind me was open, so they saw me. And I decided to move it. And honestly, I ended up hunting my stand the rest of the time.
Check it out.
What you got, babe?
On my pants.
Oh yeah, little tag-alongs?
What are they? Just tagging?
Mhm.
Bugs?
No. As you can see, we got this
Look at the mushroom.
big old where?
Red. That's a different species.
Yep. I don't know if any of these are edible. I'm sure they probably are. Some of them anyways, but.
Look at that tree that looks like a Y.
Yep. We got some really awesome stuff back here. Really awesome stuff. And this is just what goes on for miles and miles behind us. Is just these rolling hills like this and these big old valleys. And it's just amazing. I love living up here. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is where you can see I had my blind last year, right in this area. You have all kinds of little cubby holes like that where things get up and live, and we've got a creek on the other side. This is a beautiful spot to come and camp right here. It's just amazing. It's just gorgeous over here. We have deer, bear. I mean, there's elk in Tennessee, but I don't think we have any in these mountains, at least where I live. I know there's some down in the Smokies, but you never know.
No, it's just
What you got? Big rock?
it almost looks like it's shaped in a certain way.
Oh yeah. There's lots of weird rocks back here and big holes in the ground. Like this big hole we got coming up right here. This is obviously where the tree root had pulled out of the ground when the tree knocks over, because that happens a lot. But you can see it's a pretty good sized hole right there. You know, kind of makes you wonder if you're walking on a big sinkhole or not. And you can see all the trails through here where the deer come walking down through here. That's why I'm gonna put my trail cam over here. Looking for a good spot to put it in. Because I'm not really necessarily gonna put it where I'm gonna put my stand. I just wanna see what's over here. Because honestly, it's hard telling what lives back here in these woods. So I think a lot of the animals come down this way to go to the water source. So I want to try to put this in an area where I think they're going to funnel through. Now you won't always want to watch stepping over logs like this, because you can always see what's on this side of the log, and you think, oh yeah, happy-go-lucky. You step on the other side and there'll be a timber rattler or a copperhead sitting there. So
Why Mama's got a stick. Well, also I need help.
and we ain't as young as we used to be, but one thing about this area of the woods is there is a lot of spider webs, because these trees are pretty close together. But I'm getting over my fear of spiders, because if you live in Tennessee, you're gonna go out in the woods, you better get over your fear of spiders.
Show me, honey. Show me. Hence the stick.
There you go. Yeah, here's another big old hole in the ground over here that actually kind of looks like a well. So, you know, a lot of these places in Tennessee and down south, you know, there's a lot of battles and stuff fought back in these woods, and it's hard telling some of the stuff that's back here. So like this one right here, this is the same one I'm thinking of. You can see how the rocks are, looks like they're almost stacked up on the edge, right? And then you got a big old hole right there. And there's another one that looks like a well. Let's let me go back up here. that's really kind of eerie because it almost looks like it was dug, but it's hard telling. It's hard telling. I'm gonna try to find it over here. Yeah, I believe it's right over there. But first, I'm gonna set up my trail cam. And I want to set it where the sun is not going to affect it. So the sun right now, it's morning, so the sun's over there. It's going to set over there. So I want that trail cam facing maybe over here. Oh, this is where I have my blind also. And that's one of the tie downs I had. So I think I'm going to set this blind or this camera up. I need you to hold that water for me, please. Oh, and by the way, if you want a little survival tip, I don't know how clean this water would be. You definitely want to process it, but little things like that after the rain, if you're stuck out in the wild, that's enough water there maybe to keep you going. But I would clean it first. For sure. Bugs? Yeah, it's starting to get warm. They're going to be coming out here. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. This is where I had my blind last time, and obviously some critters have taken off with the ties I had stuck in the ground here. So I'm going to set this camera up. Well, I don't want that tree to really be blocking the view, but I guess no matter where I put it, it's going to do that. So, babe, I'm going to hand this to you.
All right.
And I think maybe. I definitely want to try to hunt in this area this year. So as you can see, this looks like a nice little run where they come right down through here. The bad part about our property, and the one thing that is a negative, is that it is very hilly. So if you shoot a deer, a good chance it's going to run maybe down into that draw. Hopefully they'll run uphill and run more up into the flat on the other side of our house. But you know what? It's my property. As you can see, there's a nice open woods. It's not super thick through here. So if I got to chase a deer down and maybe even process him down there and carry him up just like they do elk out in the woods, you know, way out in the wilderness, have to do the same thing. So, but that's how you set up a trail cam. Pretty simple. I have a, what is the name of it? Martin. Hold on. That's pretty bad. I don't even know the name of my own trail cam, but I got it on sale because I'm cheap. So, Moultrie Mobile.
We're frugal, honey.
And you know what? I like the way you put that. Moultrie cam. So you know what? It's done just fine for me. The only problem is I don't have the whatever you call it, the router out here so I can send pictures back. And I've seen so many bad reviews about that stuff. And honestly, I'm not paying any more for that. I need to get out and walk in the woods. I want to be out and walk in my woods. I'm gonna leave this out here for probably a week, maybe 2 weeks. Come back and check it because deer season's coming up quick, and I want to be ready. So this is all downhill from now. So you sure you're good with going downhill, babe? Let's go this way.
Depends on how steep.
Let's go this way. It's easier this way. Unless you want to go see the creek, but the creek's that way, and then we got to walk.
I want to try to see the creek, but if it's too steep, I don't want to go down there.
It's that same path we went down last time.
Okay, let's please try.
You want to go? Okay. I try to stay off the deer trails if possible, but there's just so many of them through here that, I mean, you can't get away from it. And the good thing about my property is I hunt so close to the house that they're so used to hearing us and seeing us that they're not as easily spooked as if, you know, I'm hunting a place way out in the middle of the Smokies and nobody ever goes out there, you know. What was that?
That rock.
Oh. Almost sounds hollow underneath there, doesn't it? Makes it a little, yeah. Well, you know, there's that, whatever it is, Tuckaleechee Caverns. And it's pretty cool little story how they found that. Two little kids were playing and they found this hole in the ground that was about 2 foot wide, buried back in some brush, and they felt cool air blowing out of it. So of course they went to investigate like little kids do, and kept digging through it, and finally they found it was a cave, and then it turned into this big where they're going to dig it out, and it's crazy. You know, it ended up being this gigantic cave system that was under their property, and we actually went to it and walked through it. It was really actually cool. So if you're ever in the Pigeon Forge area, in the Townsend area, head down and check out the Tuckaleechee Cavern. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. So far, we came from up there all the way over there. Mm-hmm. Probably squirrels up in the trees. Honey, why don't you take the camera for me?
Try.
This is pretty thick here. I'm gonna cut us a path here. I want to trail through here anyways, because I come up to hunt.
There is like at least 10, maybe 15, 20 bugs just waiting to get us. That's not what I enjoy. Look at how perfectly this like fell over and the trees caught it.
Yeah. Should we go down a little further?
Just came right out of the ground. Man, definitely want to shower after this. Immediately. Muggy, thick mosquitoes. Those are my 3 words to describe. Quite beautiful, I should say that. Here they go. Feel like I'm a feast just waiting. I only have my ponytail to swat them off at this point. I'm gonna walk past you in a second.
You can probably get out now.
With you swinging that thing, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable moving past you. I'm just letting you know.
It's like on them survival shows, baby.
And that's why I'm trying to keep at least a distance here.
I wish I had their machete. The machete I got sucked. I'm gonna cut butter.
All right, there you go.
All right.
Look at all these mushrooms that form around this tree. There's another form of them, and they're even embedded back into the log.
I wish we could find some morels out here. And that's the good thing, is that we got a nice little creek on our property. It actually borders the next guy's property too. Boundary kind of goes back and forth over it, but this is it. Nice little creek. Oh, I can smell that water. Smells amazing. It looks like that because this gets flooded out all the time. Yeah, it looks like they got them some piping over there to fix this so it doesn't overflow, because this overflows and this guy can't get back to his property, and that's no good, especially if he's trying to get home. So, you know, there's fish in there. I can see him moving around. I don't know if you can see him on camera. Yeah.
Now tell me a bear couldn't just hide back in there.
Well, there's
the deer come down.
Probably one back there. There's definitely deer back there for sure. They all come down to this creek, because this is the main water source for this area right here. So they probably come from this direction, everywhere to get to this creek, because everything else is hills. I mean, you know, you're either on top of a hill, the side of a hill, or you're down in a valley, and this is the only place that they can really get some good supply of water. So you see it's actually pretty deep right there. If this was a waterproof case, I would put this in the water and see if we can see any salmon, or not salmon, but trout. Because I guarantee you there's some trout in there. Let's see. It says poured by Jim and Bill. Something 85. Yeah, 10/17/85. So this was built in, or poured in October of 1985.
Is
and
that the 17th?
You can see how much has actually come off of it, because you can see part of the rebar right there sticking out. So that's how much the water has come over this so many times and washed it out, that it's literally washed the concrete off the rebar over the years. This is what it's like to live out in Tennessee, guys. I mean, you can do it. We're showing you how to do it. We packed up, moved from Florida, decided to live in Tennessee, and man, this is it. Listen to them birds. Look at us out here, man. There ain't no traffic. There ain't no noise other than nature, and it is just gorgeous. I mean, this is the epitome of the Smoky Mountains, is this right here. And we live in it, and you can too. So if you're tired of the city, you're tired of all this nonsense going on in the world, you know, you can do this. It's not hard to do. It just takes some will, some determination, some sacrifice. You got to sacrifice some things. We lived in a place that was absolutely horrible for about 9 months until we finally got this place. 7 months, okay. Glad she's here to correct me all the time.
My 7's my favorite number, one of them.
What would we do without our wives around to correct us all the time, right?
That's right.
Okay, so our chicks are about, 2.5 weeks old. And as you can see, they're already big enough to get on top and, of course, poop inside the feeder, which is what baby chickens are known for. So they are really getting big already, man. These are just a feisty group of little roosters. They jump around. They're already jumping, flapping their wings, and I'm just really super impressed with them. They are doing super good. Looks like we got rid of all the poopy butt, and now it's just waiting to get them back out into the big part out here, because by the time we put them out here, those chickens are going to be in the freezer. This will have set for a week or two. Let me get it all cleaned out, do a little work to it, and get it ready for those guys when they get ready. So that's where we're at. That's Wednesday on the farm. We're extremely tired now after walking all the way around our property. We walked probably 6 of our 8 acres that we got, and it feels really good. So that's where we're at. Chickens are doing their thing. We're gonna go do our thing. Say bye, baby.
Bye, guys.